graduate school is led by the Graduate School Marshal, Dr. Jeffrey Halverson, Associate Dean of the Graduate School, and Mr. Jonathan Graff, who is receiving his PhD in Applied Mathematics today. He is carrying the Graduate School banner. The procession of graduate students is led by the Students' Marshal, Professor Calla Thompson, the 2016 to 2019 recipient of the Presidential Teaching Professor Award and Associate Professor of Visual Arts. faculty and staff procession is led by the faculty marshal, Dr. Kevin Omland, the 2016 Presidential Research Professor, and Professor of Biological Sciences. He is joined by Staff Marshal Ms. Beth Wells, the 2016 recipient of the Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Professional Staff, and Assistant Vice Provost of Academic Affairs, and Ms. Cheryl Johnson, the 2012 recipient of the Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Non-Exempt Staff and Grant Specialist for the Office of Contract and Grant Accounting. The faculty, staff, and students marshals are carrying batons that the UMBC Alumni Association gave to the university in honor of our 40th anniversary in 2006. Platform Party is led by the Grand Marshal, Dr. Matthew Baker, Vice President of the Faculty Senate, and Professor of Geography and Environmental Sciences. The Grand Marshal carries the University Mace, a symbol of presidential authority. Used only on formal academic occasions, it is carried in the procession immediately before the President. UMBC's mace was commissioned by the Alumni Association for UMBC's 20th anniversary in 1986.
Almost couldn't figure that out. Good morning. Good morning. The 68th commencement exercises of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County Graduate School will now be in order. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem, sung by Miss Ariana Seidman, a senior graduating tomorrow with a major in vocal performance. Ms. Seidman will pursue her master's in vocal pedagogy from Boston Conservatory, and she is honored to represent the music department. Gentlemen, please remove your hats or caps during the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ariana. That was a wonderful rendition. And we wish you well in your musical career. Now I ask that you all please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the Vice Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Janet Rutledge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
President Hrabowski and distinguished guests. Today, we gather together in a time-honored tradition shared across the world in saluting the attainment of the standards of advanced graduate study. This ceremonial tradition of the conferral of master's and doctoral degrees is one that provides a universal currency signifying the highest standard of achievement in the disciplines, subjects, and professions sponsored by UMBC. This is one of life's happiest and most significant milestones for each of today's graduates. It is a milestone not only for those earning degrees, but for all of us here today. For the graduates seated in front of me, it signifies completion of your master's or doctoral degree and the acceptance of new and ever more challenging horizons. For the faculty and staff, the event serves as a capstone for all they have shared with you and brings special joy at seeing your personal success. And for the many families and friends here today, it is a moment in which we can all share, acknowledging the recognition that you, our soon-to-be graduates, so richly deserve. For me and many others, it is a special moment during which we can witness the fruits of the many labors in our community and take pride in the remarkable work that takes place here at UMBC. During the ceremony, those of you receiving degrees will transition from being students to being alumni. Whatever career pathway you choose, you represent the very best of the future. You have embarked on one of the most important journeys of your lives, that of earning a degree in your respective field, profession, or discipline, and we are all very, very proud of you. The degree earned from UMBC reflects significant achievement, often involving substantial personal sacrifice and struggle. For the pursuit of new knowledge and understanding involves growth and change. As we pay tribute to you today, we recognize, too, those who have supported you during your studies at UMBC. We know how much support your family and friends have provided throughout the experience. We come together also to acknowledge the faculty and staff who have encouraged, mentored, and helped you achieve your very best at UMBC. By honoring you, our graduates, we pay tribute to their artful craft of leading you to this day. Please give all of those who have supported you during these important years a round of applause. Nelson Mandela's famous quote, "I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb." This has taken on many meanings over the years. On this day, we salute all that you have achieved. And to paraphrase Mandela, we encourage you to steal a view of that glorious vista that surrounds you on this day on the top of the great hill, and to look back on the distance you have come to arrive at this day. And like Mandela, you have many more hills to climb, for today we also celebrate the commencement of all you have yet to achieve. Congratulations from all of us. Before we move into the program for today, let me briefly acknowledge some of the people on the platform. Joining us are the deans of our colleges and schools, members of the President's Council, presidents of the campus senates, and presidential award recipients. It is now my pleasure to introduce Regent Robert Neal, a member of the University System of Maryland Board of Regents. Regent Neal will deliver greetings on behalf of the Regents.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm delighted to join you and extend best wishes from the University System of Maryland on behalf of the Board of Regents on this beautiful day. It's an honor to share this occasion with President Freeman Hrabowski, who has done such a remarkable job leading the University of Maryland, Baltimore County to new heights of excellence and national acclaim. I've known this man for about 3 decades, and I continually marvel at his skill, energy, and dedication to this institution. By any measure, national rankings, research partnerships, public service activities, faculty accomplishments, and student academic achievement, UMBC is one of the finest universities in the country. Most importantly, it's an honor to be here to recognize and congratulate you, the graduate degree candidates that we honor here today. What you've accomplished has taken hard work, persistence, and dedication. Congratulations. I know your family and friends justifiably take a great deal of pride in what you've accomplished. They have shared in your sacrifice and certainly share in your success today. Pursuing education is always a challenge, no matter what the circumstances. Pursuing one while also balancing a career or family responsibilities, or both, as many of you have done, is an amazing feat. Today you graduate from an institution recognized for excellence. No matter what direction your life takes, no matter what challenges you will next confront, know that your education here has prepared you well. Now I'm going to impart a little bit of advice, unsolicited to be sure. Work hard, but play hard. Establish a balance in your life and try to maintain that balance. Enjoy the journey. I can assure you that no one lies on their deathbed wishing they spent more time at the office. Congratulations to each of you, and Godspeed in your next event. Thank you.
Very nice, Bobby.
Thank you, Regent Neal, for your marks and for all of the support of the Board of Regents. And I encourage all of us to heed that advice. It's important for everyone. Now I would like to introduce Ms. Deanna Cerquetti, President of the Graduate Student Association, who is pursuing a PhD in Language, Literacy, and Culture. Deanna?
Thank you, Dr. Rutledge. Good morning, graduates, administrators, faculty, staff, family, and friends. As outgoing president of the Graduate Student Association this year, I'd like to offer you a few thoughts as you think about this very important moment in your life. Before I start, I'd like to first recognize the work put forth by the 2016-2017 GSA Senate, Executive Council, and Office of Graduate Student Life. For those of you who don't know, it is the mission of the GSA to support, promote, and represent all graduate students at UMBC. This year, we saw over 25 graduate student organizations continue to thrive. We saw our GSA Senate committees working hard to engage our community. We saw a successful graduate research conference showcasing the theme of diversity across disciplines. We saw a fun and energetic Graduate Student Week in April, and we were able to end the year honoring our graduate students and other members of our community at our annual awards banquet. We also saw many students using our research funds for their research and travel opportunities, and we were very pleased to see graduate students traveling all over the country and all over the world to pursue their studies. GSA is always seeking to understand the graduate student experience at UMBC, and we would not be able to do this without the support of many people across our grad student community. Among their many responsibilities, students involved with GSA gave their time to student leadership and helped further our mission. So if you were a member of the 2016-2017 GSA Senate, the Office of Graduate Student Life, any of our student Senate committees, or graduate student organizations, I'd like you to stand up so we can recognize you for all your hard work this year. And I know there are a lot of you graduates out there. Yes, thank you guys. I'd also like to take this time to formally acknowledge the graduate administrators and leadership for all of their continued support for our graduate student organizations and all of our student leaders. Thank you so much for your guidance this year. Now getting back to what I'm supposed to be up here doing, which is saying something profound to the graduates. As I imagine seeing you all today, I tried to think of what I would want to hear one day when I'm sitting where you are listening to commencement remarks. Would I want to hear about pursuing my dreams, going out and making a difference, more congratulations, or would I just be happy that everyone was finally done asking when I'm going to graduate? I think today I would like to acknowledge the graduate student journey, which you have all seen to its completion. We all know how hard you've worked putting in all the hours into your degrees, the struggles you've endured, the endless hours devoted to your program amidst obligations to work and other responsibilities. You've proven yourself to be worthy of the success you've cultivated at UMBC, and it's my hope that you take what you've learned to tackle the many challenges facing our society today. And as a community, we're all very excited to see what's next in store for you. No matter how you got to this journey, how you got to this moment today, we're all proud of you and your accomplishments. This journey definitely takes many forms, and from my observations in grad school thus far, I'd like to outline what I would call the phases of graduate student life for you. Phase 1 is excitement, dreams, and goals. This is the stage of the journey when everything is new and fresh. You start by taking classes, meeting new people, understanding the different opportunities in your programs, and you're working and figuring out what's the right path for you. Phase 2, perhaps an identity crisis. This might be the part where you experience a little bit of what we call imposter syndrome. You might be thinking, do I really belong here? Are my ideas any good? Am I smart? Am I qualified? Do my ideas even make any sense anymore? Phase 3, a little negative here, a little bit of burnout. I see some people shaking their heads, so I know that I'm on track here. You know this feeling, that feeling when you're overwhelmed, maybe you're a little unmotivated, and you just wonder how everything's gonna come together. I think at this point, we've all experienced some moments of burnout in our education, but somehow you make it to phase 4, which I have termed long-winded determination, and I do mean long. Somehow you manage to turn things around and keep moving forward and keep going until things make sense. You talk to the right people. You see results from your projects. You write and revise and write and revise and revise and revise. And finally, the work gets done, leading to success. Not a final step, as we know, but a very important milestone. At times, it seemed like a dream that would never come to fruition, but yet here it is, and here you are. Even today, it might not be sinking in that you actually did it, but you did it. So I really want you to take this opportunity to soak in everything that's gotten you through to this journey so far. I was fortunate enough to witness the final stages of my father's own PhD journey that's been 16 years in the making. And yes, you heard correctly, 16 years. A few weeks ago, after years, and weeks of long, devoted hours to his projects and the same process that I just described, we as a family finally got to see him defend his dissertation and graduate this past weekend with his PhD in civil and environmental engineering at College Park. And as an Italian family, we showed up to his defense to support him with a complete breakfast spread of homemade biscotti and pizzelle for basically ourselves and the dissertation committee. What I've learned from him and from all of you is that our journeys may take different forms, and yes, very different timelines in some cases, but that's all right. Staying the course, recognizing your potential, and making yourself relevant in a world that might not always treat you as such should drive you forward and push you towards greater things. As our president, Dr. Hrabowski, always says, success is never final. And while you celebrate here today, I'd hope that each of you uses this opportunity to reflect critically about not only your journey, but the best ways to impact society in a positive way in the future. I'll leave you with a few lines from one of my favorite musicals, Wicked. This is from the finale song called For Good. And it's as the two characters reflect on their journey through their friendship, which is coming to an end, and they're both taking different paths in life. The theater kid in me would sing this, but I'm going to spare you that production. So this is from For Good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever ways our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. On behalf of GSA, I truly wish you and everyone in this room here all the best in your future pursuits. Be confident in your abilities and the tools that you've cultivated here at UMBC, and know how much your journeys and your strength have inspired the rest of us to keep moving forward towards our own goals. So congratulations, graduates, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deanna, for your leadership this past year as president of the GSA and for all that the GSA does to create a vibrant graduate community here at UMBC. And congratulations also to your father. That is a marvelous achievement, and I hope he came here today to see you. So congratulations. I am now pleased to introduce UMBC's Provost and Senior Vice President, Dr. Philip Rouse, who serves as our Chief Academic Officer. He is also a professor in the Department of Physics and has served as the Dean of the College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences. Dr. Rouse.
Good morning. On behalf of the scholarly community we call our UMBC, I would like to extend my congratulations to all of our graduates today. Graduates, today you will join the community of those who have dedicated their lives to the acquisition and advancement of knowledge in order to expand our understanding of our own humanity, our democracy, and the natural world that surrounds us. You bring to that community the values of our UMBC scholarly community, such as hard work, a commitment to lifelong learning, mindful curiosity, the resilience to stay on the path to discovery, and an integrity of character, which means the ability to put those values into action. This ceremony reminds me of the words of G.K. Chesterton. Education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. So today we acknowledge not only your accomplishment, but also, in some sense, the passing of the torch from one generation of scholars to another. Your diploma represents not just your academic achievement, but the friendships you formed, the faculty that nurtured you, and the family and friends who supported you and helped you arrive here today. So I hope that you will see your achievement as emerging from within the context of a community that both knows you and cares about you. So as you look to the future, I believe that your fulfillment will derive from making the most of whatever talents have been bestowed upon each of you. And it lies in extending to the farthest limits the resources of your mind and of your heart. So in conclusion, I would like to leave you with my final salutation, which is, may each of you enjoy a life rich in the knowledge that each day your work and your relationships have truly made a difference. Congratulations.
Thank you, Philip. Those words are always inspiring, and those are indeed great wishes for our graduates today. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Dr. Freeman Hrabowski, President of UMBC. Serving for over 20 years as president, Dr. Hrabowski has brought tremendous energy, vision, and leadership to this institution. He has helped connect the university with individuals, companies, foundations, and agencies that have brought new resources to build and sustain distinctive programs in undergraduate education and graduate education and research. Dr. Hrabowski.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much. Let me start by, first of all, asking you to give Ariana another round of applause for that beautiful rendition this morning. We're very proud of her. Ariana will be going to the Boston Conservatory, and we wish her well. And then I want you to give Senator Neal, Regent Neal, another round, because he doesn't know it, but he's going to help us get more money for UMBC. Give him a big round of applause. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He knows the governor well, real well. And he told us to have fun, so we're going to have fun getting some more money for UMBC. One more round of applause. Graduates, always remember, when you believe in something, never have shame. You just call it out, okay? Very important. And then I'm listening to the babies in the room, and I'm thinking these babies will be getting PhDs from UMBC in 2040. Give all the babies in here a round of applause. I hear it in their voices. There's an independence, a curiosity. They've got that sense of self that's so important. Let me stop for a minute, because I'm so moved by all of what's happening in our world, and ask for a moment of silence for all the families experiencing such loss, from Manchester to our communities in this country, to that wonderful family at our sister institution, Bowie State. Let us just a moment of silence as we reflect on eradicating hatred among humankind. Thank you very much. I am reminded of my predecessor, Michael Hooker, the late Michael Hooker, who often told the story of loving his favorite food, which was pizza. How many of you graduates like pizza? Let me see your hands. All right? And this was the story, and there's a reason I'm telling this. He said that he loved pizza so much that every time he began eating one piece, he'd have his eye on that second piece. And the whole time he was eating that first piece, he was thinking about that second piece. And as he got older, he realized how important it is to savor the moment. And all of you here today are thinking about what you have to do today, where you're going to be next year, what this degree means. Take the time right now to savor this experience and all of what it means from the hard work. How many of you thought at some point you might not have made it? Raise your hands. When you had a few doubts or something, right? Oh, you know you had some doubts. You know you didn't. And the fact is, you made it, and you made it because of many reasons, starting with the fact of all of our families. Nothing in our lives will ever be more important than our families and our friends. So I'm going to ask the family members and the friends to stand and let the graduates applaud and thank them. All the family members, stand up in the audience. Stand up. This is your time. This is for you. Very important. You know, symbolically, it's as if it takes this family, this village, to support master's and PhD students. It's so important. And now I'm going to ask all the faculty members and staff to stand, because we know you want to thank them also for what they did to help you get to this point. All the faculty and staff. And I believe there are several members of our staff who are completing degrees today. If you're a staff member who's been working and going to school, grad school, stand up right now. Let's see who you are. There should be some in the room. Give them a hand. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause, wherever they are. I would also like to recognize those students graduating today who are veterans and members of the military. Please rise and let us thank you for what you do for our country. Very nice. Very nice. And some of our graduates are already teachers, and others will be teaching in our schools in Maryland and beyond. Please rise. Nothing like a teacher. Please, all the teachers, give them a round of applause. It's wonderful. So many of you are going on to postdocs and others to work as researchers and faculty members, and all of you will be doing important work, whether it's at national agencies or in companies, and we know that you will do extraordinarily well. But this is what I want you to think about, graduates. Each of you has a story. We put some of those stories, inspiring stories, on our homepage, but every one of you has a story. My challenge to you as you think about this day is to tell your story. There are people who need to know how you were able to get here today. There are people who will be inspired by hearing about the obstacles that you have faced and how you've overcome those obstacles. As Senator Neal said, nothing takes the place of hard work and resilience, and everybody in this place knows we use the word grit. That willingness to do whatever it takes to reach the goal, the resilience. And so take the time today and think about resilience and grit and all the people who've made a difference. This is your slice of pizza. Enjoy it. Thank you very much. Mr. Provost, okay?
We will now confer our honorary degree. Dr. Ralph Samel, please rise and step forward. Today we are excited to continue in the tradition of conferring an alum with an honorary degree. As director of the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, the nation's largest university-affiliated research center, Dr. Ralph Samel and his team of nearly 6,500 staff have performed critical research for many high-profile federal agencies, including the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, and NASA. Under his leadership, the Research Center has broadened its global impact and expanded its role in a wide range of national security and civil domains. His vision for the laboratory includes creating initiatives that encourage scientists and engineers and analysts to explore bold new ideas, all in the interest of ensuring our nation's preeminence in the 21st century. Dr. Samel has published extensively in the areas of artificial intelligence, database systems, and software engineering. He has also led a variety of national-level task forces and studies, and he is currently a member of the Defense Science Board. Dr. Samel holds a Bachelor of Science degree in engineering from the United States Military Academy at West Point, a Master of Science degree in Systems Management from the University of Southern California, a Master's of Science in Computer Science from Johns Hopkins University, and a PhD in Computer Science from UMBC. We are proud to honor Dr. Ralph Samel with an honorary Doctor of Science degree for his exemplary work in addressing and solving nationally and globally significant technical and scientific challenges.
Now, therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and given to me by the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and upon the unanimous vote of the Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, together with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations to our own Dr. Ralph Semmel. Great. Dr. Semmel will now present our commencement address, our own Dr. Semmel.
Well, thank you, President Hrabowski. Freeman, I know a little something about national resources, being the director of APL, and you are a national resource. We're, So, good morning. Distinguished guests, university administrators and faculty, family members, friends, and of course, UMBC graduates. Congratulations to all of you. This is truly a great day. Graduates, if you will indulge me yet one more time, let me do something that I learned from the playbook of my good friend Freeman, and give yourselves a round of applause. I learned this when Freeman came to visit APL, and in that same vein, I think we owe it to the family members and friends to give them a round of applause as well.
So. You never do too much.
So it truly is a pleasure and an honor to return to the UMBC Graduate School Commencement Ceremony, and as you all now know, completing a graduate degree is really a wonderful achievement, so congratulations again. Let me add that I am particularly happy about the pipeline from UMBC to APL, the Applied Physics Laboratory, which, while already substantial, continues to grow larger every year. In fact, I know that there are several graduates here today, and in fact, there are even spouses of APL staff members who are here today. So graduates who work at APL or who have accepted positions to work at APL, and perhaps they might even remember some of what I have to say here today. Perhaps I should quiz them after they get to the lab and we'll see. And you thought the testing ended with your graduate degrees. All right, so let's get down to business. Why am I here? Well, Freeman asked me to come, and has anyone ever been able to say no to Freeman on anything? Okay. Let me first give you a sense of who I am. And I do not mean the details of my CV or my accomplishments, some of which you already had to tolerate. I mean, who am I and how do you relate to me? How many of you have heard of Norm Augustine? If you haven't heard of Norm, you should look him up. You don't need to do it now, but look him up. He's a wonderful person. He's a member of my board. And for those of you who may not know what a board is, those are the folks that hire and fire me as the director and CEO of APL. Norm is renowned for his time as CEO of Lockheed Martin, his government leadership, his support of STEM, and his humorous but actually rather serious book, Augustine's Laws. Norm tells a story about meeting the woman who would become his wife. He was in college and knew the moment he met her that she was the one. She, on the other hand, was not so sure. Okay? Instead, her feeling about meeting Norm was that the odds are good, but the goods are odd. Now, you may be wondering why a story told by Norm Augustine would give you a sense of who I am. Well, when I heard the story, I thought it was mildly amusing because of the clever wordplay, but when I shared it with my wife, she laughed much too loudly and much too long. And what she found humorous had little to do with the wordplay. What I ultimately gathered from her reaction is that, unknown to me, for decades, she had considered me to be quirky, even a bit odd. Odd. Yes, odd. For our purposes today, why don't we think about odd as unique? I say this because each of you, while likely not odd, is unique and gifted in your own way. And I would like to encourage you to nurture your gifts and foster your uniqueness. Let's take a few minutes to explore this a bit more. According to a recent Census Bureau report, only about 12% of people who are 25 and older in the United States have more than a bachelor's degree, an advanced degree of some type. When you do the math and consider the folks that are under 25, that means only about 8% of the US population has a graduate degree. And in the world, that percentage is much, much less. So you can already see that you're in a select group. But being in this group does not quite make you unique. So as you become more deeply engaged in the workplace and your community, what can you do to distinguish yourself further? Well, graduates, if you were going to take notes, now's the time. Here is what you've been waiting for, the hard-learned secrets of success on which you should focus. Show up on time. Stay awake in meetings. Answer your email promptly. Respond to text messages from your boss and colleagues, even if they come after 1 a.m. in the morning, which is when Freeman and I recently engaged, by the way. He was justifiably bragging about you in yet another UMBC accomplishment. All good things, but how do you go even further? At APL, I encourage our folks to build upon their gifts and uniqueness and to focus on 3 things, which I'm asking you to consider as well today. Be bold, do great things, make the world a better place. Let's address each one in turn. First, be bold. At APL, this means embracing the risk that accompanies big, game-changing ideas like the creation of satellite navigation, building and flying a spacecraft past Pluto, creating a brain-controlled prosthetic arm that works just like a human one. These are all accomplishments, among others, that APL has had in its history. Based on my own experiences, I will tell you that it takes boldness throughout one's career to markedly change the world. And as hard as it might be to imagine, I assure you that you can at least change a piece of the world, but you must often overcome powerful forces that would otherwise have you conform, forces that would crush your uniqueness. But by continually leveraging and sharing your gifts, you can win the day. I will also tell you that as you advance to higher level leadership positions, and many of you in this room will, the transition will provide great opportunities for you to have a huge impact if you are bold and seek out greater challenges to tackle. Fortunately, being bold can be honed with practice, so start now. Failing, especially noble failure, is acceptable, and much more acceptable when you are in the early stages of your career. Take advantage of that. Fail spectacularly. Fail uniquely. The lessons you learn will benefit you throughout your career. Second, do great things. The theme of UMBC's 50th anniversary year is grit and greatness, so this should come naturally and as no surprise to you. At the core of doing great things is doing the right thing, which requires unquestionable integrity, a core value at APL. Admittedly, sometimes doing the right thing is hard, really hard, in fact, but not doing the right thing is unforgivable. Now, While doing the right thing is necessary to do great things, it is not sufficient. You must stretch yourselves and build on the gifts and uniqueness that you have and that you have sharpened through your education at UMBC and life's journey. Reach beyond the good enough answer and aspire for the great. While I cannot stand here and guarantee that reaching for greatness will ensure success, I can assure you that you will achieve much more, and it will be a lot more rewarding and even fun as well. Finally, make the world a better place. With your new degrees, and we need expertise from all of your disciplines, you have a tremendous opportunity to have a positive impact on the world. As the director of APL, I will share with you that our people are working on technologies and capabilities that can be used for incredible good. It is incumbent on us to make sure they are indeed used the right way. And it is incumbent on you to make sure that we are collectively doing all we can as a global community to make the world better and to ensure a brighter future for the students who will be sitting in your seats 25 years from today. So, be bold, do great things, make the world a better place. Now, I won't pretend that any of this will be easy, but if you want it easy, you would not be here today ready to receive your degree. You'll experiment in your lives and careers, just as UMBC has been experimenting for 50 years. Sometimes you'll fall short. Sometimes you'll be wildly successful, as UMBC has been. So keep striving, keep learning. This degree is just the start. Keep nurturing your gifts and your uniqueness for yourselves, for your families, for the graduates who will be sitting in your chairs decades from now, for your communities, and for the world. And one day, maybe you will even recognize that being unique, perhaps quirky, or yes, even a bit odd, was not such a bad thing after all. Congratulations, UMBC graduates. I wish you the greatest success going forward.
Another round of applause for being a bit odd. You know, it's great when you can take something with you and continue to think about what it means, being bold, doing great things, and making the world a better place. And of all the things he said, at this time in our world, the notion of authenticity and integrity and the truth will be more important than ever. A round of applause for the truth. We seek the truth. This is what universities are about. Dr. Rutledge.
We will now move to the part of the program where we confer the PhD and master's degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Dr. Rabowski.
Dr. Rutledge.
Dr. Rabowski, I have the honor of presenting the candidates recommended by the faculty of the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the highest earned degree which any university has the power to confer.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the state of Maryland, given to the Board of Regents and the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and by them entrusted to me, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, which you have earned during the course of your studies at the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore. In token whereof, you shall be given a diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Thank you. Please be seated until your row is called. Today, all of our graduates will receive a special congratulatory memento from the UMBC Alumni Association. Ms. Danielle Burnett, a member of the Alumni Association Board, will greet you and present this to you as you return to your seats. Now, will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please proceed with their mentors to the platform to receive their diplomas? And please remain seated until your row has been escorted to the stage. Jessica L. Beecraft, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. John Barrero. Dr. Beecraft compared two variations of a behavioral intervention called DRL, which is used to decrease but not eliminate responses. DRLs are frequently used by teachers to reduce excessive hand raising. She further provided recommendations for practitioners on when and how to arrange these interventions. Dr. Beecraft will extend her studies as a postdoctoral fellow at the Kennedy Krieger Institute. Jing Yu, whose mentor is Dr. Teresa Che, being hooded by Dr. Shu Yun Sun. Dr. Yu used advanced statistical methods to examine how parenting, child temperament, and maternal acculturation work together to influence Chinese American children's pro-sociology and psychopathology. Dr. Yu is currently extending her child and family research as a postdoctoral fellow at the NIH National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. Sarah L. Buckingham, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Ann Brodsky. Dr. Buckingham examined how Latinx immigrants and their new communities shape the acculturation process and influence well-being. Dr. Buckingham will extend this line of research to other populations as an assistant professor in the Clinical Community Psychology program at the University of Alaska, Anchorage. Taylor Behrens Crouch, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Carlo Di Clemente. Dr. Crouch utilized latent profile analysis to discover high-risk patterns of affect regulation connected to substance use, childhood trauma, and executive functioning among young adults. Dr. Crouch is completing her internship and will be a postdoctoral fellow in behavioral medicine at the Medical University of South Carolina. Shyla Tanai Thrash, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Carlo Di Clemente. Dr. Thrash used ecological momentary assessment methods to examine the impact of a text message-based intervention on dietary self-control among overweight and obese adult chronic dieters. Dr. Thrash is completing her internship and has accepted a clinical psychology postdoctoral fellowship with an emphasis in HIV and liver diseases at the VA Maryland Healthcare System. Jason E. Kisser, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Sherry Waldstein. Dr. Kisser examined whether cognitive function following traumatic brain injury differs among demographic subgroups and identified what biological, psychological, social, and behavioral factors may explain these associations. Dr. Kisser will continue his studies as a neuropsychology postdoctoral fellow at the Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan. Jacqueline Cooper Rayner, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Christopher Murphy. Dr. Rayner's dissertation examined abusive relationship behaviors perpetrated through social media and personal communication technologies. She found that cyber abuse is strongly associated with physical and emotional abuse and predicted by similar personal, emotional, and relationship factors. Dr. Rayner has accepted a postdoctoral fellowship in trauma research at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Neuroscience and the Cincinnati VA Medical Center. Emily L. Wald, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Zoe Warwick. Dr. Wald's research examined whether obese youth responded differently to pediatric weight management program based on their ethnicity, looking at both body weight changes and psychosocial functioning. Dr. Wald will be a postdoctoral fellow at the Kennedy Krieger Institute, partnered with Johns Hopkins Medicine to further her training in pediatric psychology. Michael Todd Abrams, whose mentor is Dr. David Salkever, being hooded by Dr. Donald Norris. Dr. Abrams used time series data to assess the extent to which lay news coverage influences consumer response to federal warnings on prescription medications. He is continuing his work as the Director of Special Research at the Hilltop Institute here at UMBC. Dr. Abrams' research focused on brain and behavioral health policy issues, including the recent opioid epidemic. Sally S. Chan, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Nancy Miller. Dr. Chan studied the ability of the Affordable Care Act to close insurance gaps for children with special health care needs as they transition into adulthood. Dr. Chan worked as a consultant for the Parents Place of Maryland. She serves as a board member for the Maryland Assistive Technology Loan Program. Samuel Rowe, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Thomas Gindling. Dr. Rowe used panel data to study whether state-level right-to-work laws improve or worsen outcomes for workers. He found that such laws are associated with a reduction in earnings and an increased likelihood of unemployment. Dr. Rowe is a statistician in the Chief Evaluation Office at the Department of Labor. Aria Ashok, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Charles Bieberich. Dr. Ashok developed and characterized a novel animal model that demonstrated a definitive link between chronic inflammation and prostate cancer initiation. Dr. Ashok is currently working as a scientific program director, leading research and clinical programs in a startup company located in Seattle, Washington. Preeti Somasundaram, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Phyllis Robinson. Dr. Somasundaram used mice to study how deactivation of a pigment in the eye called melanopsin affects functions like the pupillary light reflex and the internal body clock. Dr. Somasundaram will pursue postdoctoral research at Baylor College of Medicine, exploring how neurons respond to injury and their potential to regenerate. Esther Cisnero-Diaz, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Ian Thorpe. Dr. Cisnero used molecular dynamics simulations to understand how conformations of the hepatitis C virus polymerase facilitate replication of the viral genome and the role of enzyme inhibitors in impeding this process. Dr. Cisnero plans to teach in higher education and will join Towson University as an adjunct faculty member. Bryce Mackey Williams Carey, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. James Lowe. Dr. Carey took a significant first step in developing a computational model of biological neural networks into a brain-like learning machine for applications to artificial intelligence and big data processing. The brain-like learning machine, if computationally realized as expected, will allow continuous online learning from its environment, even without a teacher. Dr. Carey will soon join Amazon.com in Seattle. Jonathan Schaefer Graff, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Matthias Gaubert. Dr. Graff studied the parallel performance of numerical methods for partial differential equation models, including calcium flow in a heart cell, on the recently released Intel Xeon Phi Knights landing processor. Dr. Graff is considering various opportunities to continue his work in high-performance computing. Mona S. Hajassam, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Andrei Dragonescu. Dr. Hajassam has designed efficient multi-grid methods for space-time distributed optimal control problems constrained by parabolic equations and for boundary control elliptical equations, further pushing the boundary of applicability of such methods to the optimal control of partial differential equations. Dr. Hajjasim has assumed a faculty position at the University of Baltimore. Ting Wang, whose mentor is Dr. Murhan Rathanam, being hooded by Dr. Anamik Biswas. Dr. Wang's research provided theoretical analysis of computational techniques used in the study of sensitivities of intracellular chemical reaction networks. Dr. Wang is currently continuing his research into quantifying uncertainties of multi-scale systems as a postdoctoral scholar at the University of Delaware. Chuyang Jiang, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Mudappa Gowda. In his thesis, Dr. Jiang studied spectral sets and functions in the setting of Euclidean Jordan algebras, specifically showing how they are related to algebra automorphisms and majorization. Dr. Jiang is currently working on relating his results to nonlinear complementary problems. Michael Joseph Orlitsky, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Mudappa Gowda. Dr. Orlitsky extended several results in conic optimization to a more general setting, simplifying the theory and allowing for some cones of operators to be computed algorithmically. Dr. Orlitsky is the Chief of Network Operations at Viabit LLC and will continue his research independently. Hye-Kyung Park, whose mentors are Dr. Florian Potra and Dr. Weining Kang, being hooded by Dr. Kang. Dr. Park used robust optimization methods to search for the optimal investment portfolio that maximizes an investor's return while restricting the loss. Dr. Park is currently pursuing portfolio management positions in the financial industry and is also studying to become a certified financial analyst charter holder. Rowena F. Bastero, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Bimal Sinha. Dr. Bastero proposed a procedure called swapping method, which incorporates linear regression modeling and meta-analysis to estimate average treatment effect. She also explored the nature of average treatment using simultaneous inference in regression. Dr. Bastero will be joining Allergen Incorporated, a pharmaceutical company in Irvine, California, as a biostatistician. Garrett Hickman, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. James Franson. Dr. Hickman used metastable xenon in a high-finesse cavity to produce ultra-low power optical nonlinearities for applications in quantum communication and quantum information processing. Dr. Hickman will be a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Kiranmayi Prakash Mangalgiri, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Lee Blaney. Dr. Mangalgiri evaluated antibiotic degradation in presence of ultraviolet and sunlight to address the impact of intensive agricultural processes on the environment and to reduce the development and spread of antibiotic resistance. Dr. Mangalgiri is currently considering postdoctoral research on advanced treatment processes for water reuse at the University of California, Riverside. Ame Mahesh Kulkarni, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Tanush Musanin. Dr. Kulkarni developed a big data acceleration hardware framework for machine learning and computer vision applications. His primary focus is to build efficient hardware for signal processing and machine learning algorithms. Dr. Kulkarni is currently working as a senior embedded systems engineer with Autel Robotics in California. Ahmed Amr Shaheen, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Muhammad Yunus. Dr. Shaheen developed a suite of protocols for enabling peer-to-peer networking of smart devices. His work facilitates data sharing in rural areas and in emergency situations where the telecommunication services are lost or degraded. Dr. Shaheen will be joining the Department of Computer and Systems Engineering Zigzag University in Egypt as an assistant professor. David J. Mountain, whose mentors are Dr. Anupam Joshi and Dr. Tarek Taha, being hooded by Dr. Joshi. Dr. Mountain used both comprehensive simulations and test data to design a general-purpose neural processor and evaluated its capabilities for cybersecurity applications. Dr. Mountain will continue to explore novel computing approaches as the technical director of the Advanced Computing Systems Research Program at the National Security Agency. Claire T. Grasso, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Anupam Joshi. Dr. Grasso proposed a novel algorithm for extraction and intelligent search of data from clinical notes found in electronic health records and used it in near real-time clinical decision support applications. Dr. Grasso is planning a career in the federal government. Lisa Matthews, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Anupam Joshi. Dr. Matthews created a collaborative, situation-aware intrusion detection system that integrates data from multiple sensors to defend against advanced cyber threats. This allows for the detection of sophisticated attacks that are missed by existing systems and in the early stages of the attack. Dr. Matthews will be working for the Department of Defense. Robert Alfred Brandon Jr., being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Charles Nicholas. Dr. Brandon developed neural network-based models of machine code that improve the ability of humans and artificial intelligence agents to detect malicious code and understand what the code does by comparing new samples to known code. Dr. Brandon plans to continue as a security researcher in private industry. Yin Wang, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Yelena Yesha. Dr. Wang designed and developed a high-performance computing system, InMem, for speeding up the big data analytics for sparse graphs. Dr. Wang is seeking a research position at IBM to extend his work. Ji-Chuan Wang, whose mentor is Dr. Ting Zhu, being hooded by Dr. Yelena Yesha. Dr. Wang has conducted research on energy, data, and privacy management in microgrids. His work will make the community more sustainable and secure. Dr. Wang has extended these studies in another university as an assistant professor. Yue Hu, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Curtis Menyuk. Dr. Hu studied high-current photodetectors for applications to RF photonic systems that include radar systems and systems for accurately measuring frequency and time. Dr. Hu will be working at TE Subcom in New Jersey on undersea optical fiber communication systems. Nelfar Mosavi, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Curtis Menyuk. Dr. Mosavi investigated the propagation of light through a turbulent atmosphere and the propagation of an RF signal from the Messenger spacecraft through the turbulent solar wind. Dr. Mosavi earned her PhD while working in the Space Exploration Department at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory, where she continues to work. Tanmay Abai Kulkarni, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Jemima Slaughter. Dr. Kulkarni developed the first non-battery operated glucose biosensor that harnesses the biochemical energy of glucose while sensing glucose and powering an electronic device all at the same time. Dr. Kulkarni is currently extending his studies as a postdoctoral research fellow to further investigate the applications of the self-powered glucose biosensor. Yuri V. Levin Schwartz, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Tulaya Dali. Dr. Levin Schwartz exploited the complementary features of different neuroimaging sensors to gain greater understanding of how schizophrenia affects neural function. Dr. Levin Schwartz is planning on extending these studies as a postdoctoral fellow at the Mount Sinai School of Medicine. Sheikha Al-Duaj, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Jiwan Chen. Have any of you really read the privacy policy before using a device? Dr. Al-Duaj proposes novel data mining methods to compare and rank privacy policies such that people can make more informed decisions about their privacy. Dr. Al-Duaj will join Kuwait University as an assistant professor in the Information Science Department. Yin Kang, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Lina Zhou. Dr. Kang proposed a hierarchical framework of product features that improved the assessment of helpfulness of online consumer reviews and developed related methods using natural language processing techniques. Dr. Kang will join Samsung Research America to help develop the next generation service that will change the traditional way of knowledge acquisition. Gloria Abena Apoku Boateng, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Anthony Norcio. Dr. Apoku Boateng conducted an experiment focusing on baby boomers and their user experience of brain fitness games to find out whether or not certain demographic factors or gaming platform type enhances mental acuity and/or affects gaming performance over time. Dr. Apoku Boateng will continue as a UX research scientist at Northrop Grumman Health IT Systems. Kirsten Esther Richards, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Anthony Norcio. Dr. Richards explored the risk associated with personal data used for primary and secondary authentication by analyzing discoverability of web-based personal data by strangers, with emphasis on the type of data discovered, web locations of data, and the relative difficulty of discovery. Dr. Richards plans to continue to explore themes of privacy, security, and usable authentication in her future work.
So it's a nice story. We got Dr. and Dr. Richards, husband and wife, getting PhDs together. Give them a big round of applause.
Timothy Michael Richards, being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Ant Ozak. Dr. Richards used mixed methods to study the privacy and personalization preferences of young adults on political campaign websites. Dr. Richards will continue this research and is currently seeking a tenure-track faculty position at a public research university. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts please rise? The MFA is the terminal degree in this field. Dr. Rabowski.
Dr. Rutledge.
Dr. Rabowski, I have the honor of presenting the candidates recommended by the faculty of the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore, for the degree of Master of Fine Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the state of Maryland, given to the Board of Regents and the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and by them entrusted to me, I hereby admit you to the degree of Master of Fine Arts, which you have earned during the course of your studies at the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore. In token whereof, you shall be given a diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts now please proceed with their mentors to the platform to receive their diplomas? Melissa Penley Cormier, being hooded by her mentor, Professor Dan Bailey. Ms. Cormier's exhibition, entitled Fret and Focus, uses both artistic practices and scientific methods to study the human act of worrying on a daily basis and how these worries are cataloged, projected, and enlarged to engage audiences. Ms. Cormier plans to continue her praxis as an artist, researcher, and educator at UMBC. Ghazala Keshavars, being hooded by her mentor, Professor Mark Durant. Dr. Keshavars completed a multimedia art project integrating photo, video, audio, and animation representing the essential role of oil in Iranian society. Using oil as a natural substance and a metaphor and a medium through which to consider concepts of personal and national identity. Ms. Keshavars plans to continue her work and research as an exhibiting visual artist. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Public Policy, Master of Science, and Master in Professional Studies please rise? Dr. Rabowski.
Dr. Rutledge.
Dr. Rabowski, I now have the honor of presenting the candidates recommended by the faculty of the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore, for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Public Policy, Master of Science, and Master in Professional Studies.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the state of Maryland, given to the Board of Regents and the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and by them entrusted to me, I hereby admit you to the degree which you have earned during the course of your studies at the University of Maryland Graduate School, Baltimore. In token whereof, you shall be given a diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Thank you, and please be seated. Will the candidates for master's degrees now proceed to the platform to receive their diplomas? Please remain seated until your row has been escorted to the stage. Dr. Jeffrey Halverson, Associate Dean of the Graduate School, will read the names of the Master of Arts, Master of Public Policy, Master of Science, and Master in Professional Studies degree candidates.
Starting in the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in the Department of Economics in the program of Economic Policy Analysis. Ting Ting Shea. Amina Didij. In the program of Instructional Systems Development, Walter Nicolau. Leah Church Sarah. Jessica Ellis Blessman. Dominique Gabrielle Laws. In the program of teaching English for speakers of other languages, Elizabeth Ann Helsel. Kristen Michelle Alvarez Flynn. Linnea Denise Johnson. Katja Betrand. Long Dang Wen. Nancy Ilgen Fritz Horton. Catherine Kirsch. Julaine Danielle Nichols. In the program of teaching, Philip Louis Bouchara. Ananya Roy. Saharish Ur-Rahman. Alma Hussein Molina Reyes. Monique L. Rivera Velez. Emily Diaz. Lindsay Elaine Fournier. Samia S. Niatzi. Erica Shante Robbins. Mary Louisa Abiva. Randy J. Davis. Julie Pamela Glass. Autumn Paulina Morrison. In the Department of History, in the program of Historical Studies, Kelly Lynn Daughtridge. Catherine Fusick. Andrew R. Holter. Sarah Grace Houston. Jennifer Lynn Montooth. In the Department of English, in the program of Text, Technologies, and Literature, Joseph Bentley Nash. In the Department of Modern Languages, Linguistics, and Intercultural Communication, in the program of Intercultural Communication, Michelle A. Coleman. In the Department of Psychology, in the program of Human Services Psychology, Anthony Concepcion. Haley Aylin Miles McLean. In the Department of Sociology, Anthropology, Health, Administration, and Policy, in the program of Applied Sociology, Chianti Navolia McMiller. Carlos Alexis Tercios. Master of Public Policy in the School of Public Policy, in the program of Public Policy, Michael P. Hassett. Margaret Frances Porter. Claire E. Keene. Zachary Thomas Hands. Bridget Patton. Parker James. Nicholas J. Wright. Catherine Constance Williams. Candidates for the degree of Master in Professional Studies in the Department of Psychology, in the program of Industrial and Organizational Psychology, Elizabeth Rodriguez Winters. Basma S. Fayad. Yamurai Chiesa Sokudayi. Karen Elizabeth Thompson. Angela M. Bondano. Christopher Nails. Karen Binder. Caleb Oliver Grabowski. Sharon A. Ossie. Jesse Michael Palmer. Madison Lee Anderson. Chow Joe. Brian Alexander Williams. Kathleen Curran Martin. College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, candidates for the degree of Master of Science in the Department of Emergency Health Services, in the program of Emergency Health Services, Becca M. Scharf. Eileen B. Connell. In the Department of Biological Sciences, in the program of Biological Sciences, Anupam Prakash. Monica Bhatt. In the program of Applied Molecular Biology, Raymond Chang. Seema Sela. In the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, in the program of Chemistry, Justin Michael Curtis. In the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, in the program of Applied Mathematics, Ryan Reese Holtschneider. Candidates for the degree of Master in Professional Studies in the Department of Biological Sciences in the program of Biotechnology, John Habibi. Kevin Seamus Wands. Aaron A. Bush. College of Engineering and Information Technology, candidates for the degree of Master of Science in the Department of Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering in the program of Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, Zahra Gassemi. Francis F. Chinui. In the Department of Computer Science and Electrical Engineering in the program of Computer Engineering, Nasrin Ataran. Ruthvik Kukapali. In the program of Computer Science, Wani Sunil. Jonathan Clancy. Tarias Sateh. Lauren Elizabeth Mazzoli. David Chandler Harris, Jr. Aparna Viswanathan Kaliapan. Apurva Pabati. Hamsita Reddy Sugar. Manasa Gunda. Smiha Tatapali Venkat. Harika Konagala. Abhijit Ramesh Wadkar. Aditi Pradeep Sharma. Erickson School, candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in the program of Management of Aging Services, Gail Marie Gannon. Elaine Noel Daliezo. Intiwa Sato Bess. Leon Thornton, Jr. Francine Hyman. Venkata Rami Reddy Bujunuru. Panidra Kumar Kanachi. Rashkit Verma. Detatri Ya. Arjun Vir Macha Nini. In the College of Engineering, Management, and Information Technology, and the Program of Engineering Management, Christopher Patrick Coward. Fadi M. Abu Shabain. Thomas O'Brien Purdue. Sayed Asan Alam Quadri. Cecil Andrew Robertson. Oluwa Tome Kalawale. Date Morley Mia Inso. Matthew Shelton. Ravi Chandra Ganta. Kaustubh Anil Wani. Sujata Devi. Shruti Balamane Ramakrishna. Christine Cielo Landa. Nathaniel R. Jambe Genie. In the program of Systems Engineering, Matthew Joseph Kusiba. Michael Vaughn. Rebecca Ann Shields. Anil Birkuya Jangam. Francis Dada Jr. James Akwaka. Ibukun Usay. In the Department of Information Systems and the Program of Human-Centered Computing, Huaju Chung. Iris Kwok. Caitlin Marie Ricker. In the Program of Information Systems, Gayatri Pakalapati. Kushibu S. Shah. Rosita Reza. Ruman Kamal Mustafa. Prosper Joni Adangwa. Okay. Electrical Engineering. Raksha Shrestha. Justin J.L. DeClean. Krupa Adia. Ashwini Shanbag. Jeffrey D. Wieland. Laura Beth Langen. Sartak Patak. Sartak Bat. Anand Jain. Deep Shalas Kumar Shah. Manav Pradeep Shah. Hardik Vikesh and Vikar. Deepankay Asha Kumar Bhatia. Sonali Singh. Parikshita Sombageku Manjumana. Raghavendra Shukla. Anuja Nitan Bandekar. Abhilash Garjarla. Yogesh Sharma. Siadyatir Tangaraj. Shri Chaitanya Palapulu. Sophia Maharana. Bharath Jaganutan Kishan. Manisha Kumari. Rasika Santush Salvi. Siddhant D. Bantankar. John Thomas Matthews. Brandon Hitchens. Arthur D. Solomon. Nasser Fahad Al-Jahani. Abdullah Al-Hamadi. Bipendra Baznyat. Kiran Prabhu. Aishwara Nair. Ankita Kakalasaria. Sujalatha Damodahran. Patrick Ian Murray. Ankita Patil. Prathamesh Walkikar. Mega Ruparelia. Hiran Shah. Alak Uday Karde. Vivek Shadrak Deo. Varun Ramkrishna. Purnima Tulsaram. Ketan Nandil Patil. Sumit Kirit Dapi. Joel Jacob Tai Velapil. Akash Chandarana. Pragya Shrati. Sahitya Chandrahas Shetty. Anshul Soni. Sanal Chowdhury. Prasad Pradeep Shadhari. Rohan Bhatnagar. Ravali Rampe. Batule Prashnansa Rao. Gayatri Shankar. Gitika Mudunuri. Vamsi Krishnana Ginjapali. Dilip Chapudi. Bharath Reddy. Pavani Alapati. Shri Harsha Panchali. Naveen Kumar Nandipi. Davan Shakarapa. Kawat Anit Janardan J. Lexmi. Shafali Umesh Shetty. Sneha Wagamari. Prachi Durakor. Navina Suresh Kumar. Murali Krishna Kutukupala, Pooja Gand, Vishal Manji, Gaurav Singh, Rashmi A. Fagadi, Nicha Ishwar Jha. In the Department of Mechanical Engineering, in the program of Mechanical Engineering, Mitchell Zavala. Turush Lau. Christopher Mark Mullen. Ethan Gokenhauer. Candidates for the degree of Master in Professional Studies in the Department of Computer Science and Electrical Engineering in the program of Cybersecurity, David Becker. Mona L. Canaday. Reiner T. Washburn. Lisa Suzanne Blaker. Kayasi Hubbard. Shahram Bagari. Louise Beltran. Bipin Gurung. Joshua K. Bellamy. Thomas B. Reddy. Michael James Miller. Kevin P. Polzin. Dominic Francis Asari Sr. Jones Moses. Robert Suhutsky. Christy Basista. Charity Renee Quinn. Brian Fief. Adeze Udechukwu. Nathan Bahiro Solomon. Alto Ibong Imba. Vinroy M. McLennan. Ryan John Kentz. Nada L. Ghanam. Rushab Mehta. Charles Francis Gate. In the Department of Information Systems and the Program of Health Information Technology, Ann Elizabeth Mataika. Sarah Cook. Sean Matthew. Oyana Tibu. Vivian Tao V. Trong. Parasaran Kumar. Dante Gerard Henson.
Yes, At this point, I'd like to acknowledge Ms. Danielle Burnett, Vice President for Finance for the Alumni Association Board, representing over 70,000 alumni. She received her bachelor's in 2000 and her master's in 2005 from UMBC in Information Systems. She's the founder and president of Applied Technology Services in Baltimore. Please join me in thanking her for her support. Thanking Danielle for her support. We are almost there, folks. It has been my tradition to quote the words of our first UMBC president, the late Alvin Kuhn, to the first graduating class in 1970, and he said these words: "If you bring to the future the same personal qualities and personal commitment that you brought to this campus as students, good and important things will happen to each of you and to those around you, and the university will be proud to have played a part in your lives." And now let me give you my final thoughts. Be confident, knowing that the education you have received here gives you a solid foundation for the rest of your lives. Know that if you persevere, and we know you will reach your goals, though you are certain to be challenged along the way. Remember that your dreams, and most important, your character, will determine who you will become. Your character will be reflected most clearly in the courage you possess and in the compassion you show for others. Be true to yourselves and true in your relationships, always reaching out to inspire other people, to elevate. Graduates, you are officially alumni of UMBC. You will always be connected to us. This is your home. Please, everyone stand and give them a round of applause. Please. I'm going to ask nobody to leave the auditorium. I'm going to ask everyone to remain out of respect for our graduates and the university while we sing the alma mater, which can be found on the inside back cover of the commencement. Please do not leave. Please stay where you are at your seats out of respect. We would appreciate your remaining in the arena until the completion of the alma mater and the recessional. You have been a wonderful audience. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Will everyone please remain standing until the platform party, faculty, staff, and graduates have recessed. Families and friends are asked to meet all the graduates outside of the arena, and congratulations to you all.
This is great. 11:46.